Alright guys, I think it's definitely time to spend some time remembering Motorstorm Pacific Rift on the PlayStation 3, a 2008 sequel to the original Motorstorm that launched in 2007 on PlayStation 3, developed by Evolution Studios, which was a studio that was acquired by Sony in 2007, and I think ended up being closed in 2016, which is unfortunate. Their last game was Drive Club on the PS4, but it's time to take a look at the sequel to one of my favorite PS3 games, and well, let's face it, I liked Motorstorm a lot, and so Pacific Rift is also one of my favorite PlayStation 3 games. It's time to play a little bit of it and tell you why it's so awesome. So, much like the original Motorstorm, this was basically a festival, but now this is taking place on a tropical island, whereas the other one took place in Monument Valley, so it was all like dirt and mud and things like that. And you're going to see a lot of that here, but you're also going to see a lot of different things in this game. Now, one thing right away, online has been shut off for this game, so we can't do that, unfortunately. There was a problem connecting to the server. It doesn't exist, so we can't do that, which is fine because, you know, let's face it, my online representation nowadays has not been all that good with some other videos I've been uploading, but you can see we've got 4 breakdowns of where we can play here. There's the Earth Zone, Air Zone, Fire Zone, and Water Zone, and what's great about Pacific Rift is they really capitalized on what the original Motorstorm did so great. So we're going to play a few races, and we'll talk a little bit about the game. So in the main story, you can see we've got a number of tracks we can do, and it will tell us my vehicle choices immediately, so I can pick between those classes. I can pick between a bike, or I believe that's just a rally car. I can pick between, I think, a mud plugger and a monster truck. So this is, yeah, in this game they added monster trucks, which is pretty cool. That wasn't in the original Motorstorm. But let's start off with Kanaloa Bay, which was like kind of one of the landmark tracks for this game. Kind of a big showpiece. You can see they simplified the menu a lot more. In the original Motorstorm, they had full renders of the cars, and you could kind of look at them and move them around with the analog stick. Not here. They're just 2D images. I'm sure they did that to make the game load a little bit better, because Motorstorm was notoriously slow. And you can see they did a great job with this game because it's still loading as I talk. Bam, here we go, son. And you can see that we're off to the races, looking really good. Got a lot of cars on the track, got a lot of bikes, got a lot of ATVs. I gotta wait for my boost to charge. This ATV looks like he wants some, and he's probably going to get some from me. Let me tell you. Whoa, jeez. It's been a while since I've played this, actually. When you go right into the water, your boost actually cools down a little bit. Ooh, that guy got fucked up. And my controller is running out of battery. What's amazing is that I have not played this game in years. Probably like 7 or 8 years, if I'm being honest. And I remember, like, everything in terms of, like, where I'm supposed to go on Kanaloa Bay. I do hold a platinum trophy for this game. In fact, I often infamously say that one of the hardest trophies I've ever earned is in this game, which is winning 3 online races in a row, which sounds a lot harder than it does on the surface. It is a very tough trophy to get. Of course, it's impossible to get now, but I actually remember all the routes I used to take for every vehicle class, so far at least, on this particular track. But you know, the initial thing about Pacific Rift was, for me, is that they announced the sequel, and I was like, yes, that's awesome, more Motorstorm. Oh my god, it's on a tropical island, that's so cool. I was like really happy about that. Then they released, they released a demo, so I got to play the game first before buying it and committing to it. And I initially, was upset, and I didn't like it. I was like, oh my god, why does it feel so different? Because it does. For some reason, if you were to play Motorstorm 1 and then this, Pacific Rift just feels different. There's no really good way to describe it, except maybe the urgency of speed is a little bit more evident in Pacific Rift. Like, when I initially started driving cars in Pacific Rift, the cars just felt like they took off the line faster, and it felt like you were moving so much quicker than you did in the original games. In the original Motorstorm, I mean. And that really kind of was off-putting to me, because I kind of liked how Motorstorm was somewhat floaty in controls, I guess you could say, which you might say is a negative, like, oh, why would a racing game need to be floaty? Why would a racing game need to not have, you know, the feeling of speed being represented? But it was just what I was used to. Although, when you play Pacific Rift long enough, you kind of get used to it. Hope you guys like my, the driver that I've chosen for this race. She's pretty dope. You can see she's sporting a little bit of a thong, and that's because she gets dirty, but she is still sexy, and she's really proud of it. There's a lot going on in this track, as you can see. A lot of tight corners, which is very dangerous for a bike, because anything that touches you, you're like immediately gonna fall off, and you're gonna see those ragdoll physics in full effect. Nope, 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 nope. She'll be fine. This is amazing. I can't believe I remember all the spots for all the tracks. How the hell did that guy get so far ahead? Oh, gee whiz. Oh my god! And the cool part is that cars from the first game made it into this game, so you can see I still can rock out the Ozutsu Ronin rally car, which is the car I always chose in the first game, and now it's the car I also chose in Pacific Rift. Oh, this isn't going to end well. Wow, everything turned out better than expected. And look at it, I've saved weight. Look at all the body panels missing from my car now. Could you get off me, dude? Like, really? Oh, God. Oh. Wow, it was just like, this isn't going to end well for you, buddy. We'll just reset you right now. I'll take this path this time, even though I think it's really not suited for this car. And you're right, it's not, it's very muddy. I don't think my airbag's deployed. Ooh, what's in there? Oh, looks like I'm not gonna find out. Oh, curiosity got the best of me. Oh, I totally fucked that dude. Did you see that? Oh, jeez, maybe I should pay attention. I just barely beat Sarah Newman, a regular name in a sea of weirdos. Look at this fucking vista, though. I mean, look at how like wide and open this track is. You can really see that you are really able to go wherever, assuming that you can drive on it properly. Now, if you remember in the first Motorstorm, there was a track called God Mesa. Well, this is the sequel to that track, the Rain God Spires. I don't know why I'm whispering. I actually like this track a lot. For one particular reason, there's actually a jump, like, kind of in the beginning of the race, which I'll show you in a second here, that's really cool. Normally, whenever there's a big jump in this game, if it's massive enough, it almost simulates you going deafening from the sound of your car landing, which is always cool. It's not particularly realistic, but it's like, you know, kind of a nice little touch. And it's right over there, but you're not going to see it because I decided to go down that cliff instead. No, it's right here. Ooh. Oh, mama. Did you hear that? No, I did. Dead. Oh, that would have looked so awesome if I had really pulled that off. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Aw, come on. Big bully. So what you're seeing here is a new mode in Pacific Rift, because really the first one just had racing and like that was pretty much it. But this one you get like a checkpoint system. There's also like elimination races and things like that. Pretty cool. Adds a little bit of replay value, or at least gives it a little bit of variety from the original game. What's also cool is that in Pacific Rift they decided to do like a sort of a Windows XP type of thing where you open up too many windows and then it just kind of goes slow and then you can sort of manipulate them to create a bunch of windows. There was also a photo mode that was added, which is pretty cool, pretty uncommon for a game from 2008. I mean, photo modes got really popular in like recent years, but for 2008 this was pretty cool to have a photo mode, and let's face it, really works for a game like this. Whoa! Holy shit, man, you okay? I feel like he didn't have to do that. Is no one gonna help me? Fuck out of here. I still love that. Very much still alive in Motorstorm. So in the vehicle section, you can actually choose what you want for your rally car to be. So obviously all my vehicles they seem to be pre-selected, but here's where you can actually cycle through them and pick the ones that you want to use. And then you can, of course, change the paint job on them as well. So here's my driver. She really likes to rock out, and not with her out. Got a little something here for the country girls, although she does have tribal tattoos, which doesn't really scream country to me, but, You know, it is what it is. Now here's probably like the serious chick. Like she's here to race. Like don't talk to her, especially when she's just trying to, you know, work on the engine a little bit. Like stay the hell away from her because she just wants to win. And this one, I mean, she's not here for a good time. She's here for a long time. Sup, bro? Can I bump a cig off you? This guy looks like a Spider-Man villain. What the hell is he doing in this game? This guy looks like he's a commercial trucker, but on the weekends he likes to drive in Motorstorm races. Dude, this guy looks like he's ready to blow like any second. Like we don't really know what he's gonna do. He's the wild card for sure. Ladies, this is like the quintessential douchebag. Stay far, far away from him. This guy looks like he used to be a Hollywood actor, but then he like stopped getting work because he's just weird. Super sexist, voted for Trump, working on a death ray in his basement, always tells his friends that he was an extra in the Fast and the Furious movies. Everybody, that's Motorstorm Pacific Rift in a nutshell. I hope you all enjoyed taking a look back on it with me, and if you have any games that you would like me to reflect on, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video. Take it easy.